Kevin motherfucking Choe. This guy is the baby brother of Sub 2. He's such an incredible guy. Like, truly humble. He is kind. He's gentle. He's doing his best. He loves Pace. Oh my goodness. This guy's learned so much from Pace. You can literally see the heart of Pace Morby in how Kevin operates in his business. Because he's caring, he's kind, he's helpful, he's generous. He's all the things that Pace is. And you can tell that Pace has installed a good program into this guy because he's out there doing this for everybody. He's showing folks what they need to do. He's hopping on the phone. He's guiding people. He's assigning deals. He's buying deals. He's changed his entire life. Kevin and I come from very similar backgrounds, first-generation immigrants, and we've got this thing, right, where as the first son of your parents that moved from another country, we want to make our parents proud. And so I got an opportunity to chat with Kevin about how that was for him, how his parents are seeing him these days with all the success that he has. I genuinely adore this guy. So do me a favor, after you've watched this episode, leave Kevin a comment. Go subscribe to his YouTube channel. He's like real. He's honest. He's doing the work. So he's somebody that I truly think you should be following and paying attention to because there's just not a lot of authentic people out there, but he's one of them. So here you have it, Kevin Choe. Kevin, what's up, dog? How you been? Killing it.
Honestly, ever since I came to Arizona,
Yeah.
just been all I've been doing, deals.
That's so good. So is Pace still your primary buyer?
No, Pace hasn't bought anything in like 6 months for me.
So who are you selling to?
I have a lot of sub 2 students.
Yeah.
A lot of my buyers for creative deals. It's just people that have a lot of money. Mm-hmm. They're just like, you know what? I just want to buy for taxes.
Yeah.
A lot of buyers like that. And yeah, Pace kind of. I buy deals that Pace turned down.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So you're buying rentals out here too?
Yeah, I got like 30 units out here.
Okay. And are they? How are you cash flowing them, or what's your exits on those, or what's your strategy?
90% of what I have is midterm. So
Okay.
We signed a lot of contracts with
Insurance companies.
Insurance companies. Yeah. We just did a Section 8 right down in Mesa. Here,
Okay.
10 minutes away.
Cash flows.
Yeah.
Nice.
My payment it's a duplex. My payment is 25. We rented it for 45 for both units.
Hell yeah, dude. So how old are you?
23.
Why does it take you so long to remember how old you are?
I don't know. I'm like 23. Korean age.
Okay.
Age.
Wait, hold on a second. There's different ages for different cultures. How old are you in Korean?
In Korean, I'm 24.
Why?
Because Koreans count their age the moment you're born, you're 1.
Oh, that makes more sense.
In America, you're born.
The whole year has to pass before you're 1.
Yeah. So you get a head start.
Okay.
So if I go back to if I go to Korea, I age a little bit. I'm 25 in Korean.
Wow. In Korean, you're 25. In America, you're 24.
Yeah.
All right, that's cool. So wait, when you date a girl here, do you tell her your Korean age or your American age?
I don't tell her my age.
You know?
Depends on how old they are.
Do you go after cougars or you go after youngies?
Not youngies. No young people.
No.
Because
Can't relate.
can't relate.
Okay.
I don't party.
Yep.
Not a drinker.
Yep.
I think like 30 is good for me.
30-year-old?
Yeah.
So you like to date them cougs?
No, I don't think they're cooks.
No, you like a single mom?
No, single mom.
No, I love a single mom,
You
dude.
do?
Oh, hell yeah, that's my flavor. I'm not joking. I love them.
Where do you find them?
They're everywhere.
You just go up to them?
I mean, I have. Yeah, I almost ran one off the road and then I married her.
Really?
Yeah.
Is this a joke?
No, that's how I met Natalie.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Shoot.
Yeah.
I was never into single moms. I want someone that's like somewhat.
Everybody has a thing. So that's my thing is single moms, you know?
Yeah. So this is the thing for me. Like I was never into older girls. When I was.
But now you are.
Now I'm because like I'm 23 and you put any 23-year-olds out there. I'm far further.
What's
ahead.
your relationship like with your mom?
I'm really close. I talk to her every day.
Yeah.
With my dad, I talk to him probably every other day.
Okay.
Right. But
where are they?
My dad's in Korea. and my mom's in Cali.
Are they separated? Okay.
Yeah, so my mom lives with my stepdad.
Okay. What's he like?
Oh, he's super cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like a typical Korean guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you gonna date a Korean or marry a Korean girl? Or are you're gonna go outside the culture?
That's hard because Arizona, you just don't. You generally
There's
don't
not a
see-
lot of Korean people.
There's not a lot of Korean people. You
Yeah.
go to like Mesa, like Korean restaurant, you see
So
one.
that's where you gotta set up your trap. Is
No,
at
but
the
I'm-
Korean restaurants.
I mean, I've been
the
into
good ones though, not the not Sizzle. Sizzle's good, but you ain't gonna find no Korean girl in there.
No.
You gotta go to the hole in the wall Korean
like
place.
Hodori right down the street.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. You go there and set your little Korean trap up.
I've
You put a little kimchi under under a bowl.
like, under the shirt, it's like, hey, kimchi right here.
Okay. So, how much money you make last year?
Last year I did 430.
Fuck yeah, dude. That is
straight
so cool, bro.
up assignment.
That is so good.
Yeah.
So straight up assigning deals, keeping some.
Yeah.
Obviously, pace has like changed how you are, right? Drive us down the street in old Kevin's car.
Yeah.
So what were you like? Like where how did you grow from pre-pace to now?
It's so funny because my mom came into town like last week because she had, she was like, hey, I want to go to Arizona. I want to go see you in Arizona before it gets too hot. So she came to Arizona for the second time. The first time that she came was when I first moved to Arizona, the week that I moved. And she was like, I want to check out who Pace is, like this guy that you're moving here for, right? Like I moved from Vegas, left my mom's house, and I said, I'm going to go hang out with Pace in Arizona.
Did she think you were gay?
I don't think so.
Okay, for a minute there, was she like, oh my God?
She's like, oh, how old is he? 40 with kids, family? Okay.
She was asking all the questions too.
Yeah.
He's married to a woman with babies? Okay, I come. You can go.
He's cool.
Okay.
But
Andy Wrong, one of my students, you know who he is?
Yeah.
Bro, his aunt, so he makes like 50 grand on his first deal. His aunt came to the Houston meetup I was at just to make sure I wasn't a diddler paying her nephew like 50 grand to like look at pictures of me or do weird shit. Straight up. Really? She just wanted to make sure that I wasn't a creep,
Yeah.
But okay, so your mom is like, okay, you're going to Arizona to hang out with this guy. What were you doing before? Like, what was your life like?
I mean, I was still doing real estate, but I was barely doing one deal every like quarter or something,
Okay.
So I moved out to Arizona with $1,300, and and then my mom comes over the week after that just to make sure, like, pays through a whole Arizona welcome party for me, and then my mom and my stepdad came over, and they shook hands and make sure, okay, this guy's not gay, all right. And then the second time that she comes around, which was last week, and then for the 2.5 years that I was here, I mean I've done a bunch of deals with made good amount of money, and I bought real estate, and I literally for 4 hours straight when my mom came into town, picked her up from the airport, and I literally just drove around every single we couldn't get to every single house, but I said, that's my house, Mom, that's my house, Mom, this house makes this much money, Mom, this house, I bought this house 3 months ago, blah blah blah, and then it was like literally 2.5 years of just like planting seeds and building, growing, and then like my mom finally saw what I was building this entire time, and she was like, okay, I like what you're doing.
Yeah, she's probably so proud of her kid collecting houses and making all this cash. So what's your monthly cash flow look like on these 30 houses you got?
I've only took one paycheck from it.
Yeah.
Because like we're like just I don't need that cash flow to pay my bills. I have a wholesale operation, but our average like it's like $1,800 net because we do midterm
per
rentals.
property.
Yeah, per property. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean it's like I think the last time I ran the numbers.
It's gonna be like 15,000.
It's around like 14, 15. Yeah.
Yeah. That's so good, dude.
Yeah.
That's such a cool thing. And then you get all the depreciation from those houses.
Oh yeah.
Are you doing cost seg studies on all of them?
No, I talked to my CPA Adam, and he goes, you don't need to do. I can just take the regular schedule, and I'll be fine.
Yo, fuck that guy. He's out of his mind. I'm gonna hook you up with a dude.
Okay.
I take all my depreciation over because look, at the end of the day, you're gonna keep these things, right? You don't plan on selling them.
I don't plan to sell any of them.
So take your accelerated depreciation. How much did you have to pay in taxes this year?
This year, I think like literally like less than $1,000.
Oh, then you're fine.
Yeah. Well, that's what he estimated.
Yeah.
But like I mean, I can always take accelerated.
Yeah. So that's why he's saying to you, don't do accelerated because it's not necessary because you're buying enough real estate for you to offset your liability there. I'm in a completely different situation. My tax bill this year was egregious, and I didn't do enough because I had the end of my last year was a little hard. That's usually when I scramble and find all my tax tax strategies. So it's like the last 3 months of the year. I'm like, okay, buy this, buy this, buy this, buy this, buy this, buy this, buy this. Okay, knocked off 400 grand off my taxes. Whew, got it.
I mean, that's your Rolls Royce that you bought just for taxes?
Yeah.
Last year?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, and then I rent it out. I get like $1,200 a day out of it.
On Turo?
No, it's a luxury car rental service here. So it's really neat because Turo won't put the Cullinan on because it's too high of a price point and they won't insure it.
Okay.
So this company that I use out here, they're really good because what they do is they'll call the insurance company of the renter and they'll make sure that they'll cover the rolls in case of a thing and they give them the VIN, a whole thing. And if their insurance won't cover it, they make them bolt on a special provision for the rental while they have it. Oh, and so maybe they pay an extra like $500 to their insurance company to insure them for driving the rolls for a day, but that's what they do.
Right.
And so they'd handle that whole thing for me. I think they charge $2,000 a day for it, but they send me $1,200 of it. So they keep $800 of it, which I'm totally happy for because they drive all the way to my house, pick up the thing, clean it, go, rent it, bring it back, clean, full, all the shit. The only thing that's weird about it is that it always comes back smelling like a foreign guy was in there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, every time. It's a cologne. It's the worst cologne, too. It's just like, bro, why are you wearing that cologne? It's so stinky. It's like musk.
Yeah, I gotta do a self-check.
Yeah, I know, but I know I'm a cologne, but I'm good cologne. I'm not a baloney cologne, you know? But you know what I'm talking about. You know which dude I'm talking about. You fucking guy. You put your musk all over my Rolls Royce. Huh?
What's his name?
Fernando.
Fernando. He gets in the car, he starts spraying it.
Yeah, dude. It's disgusting. And he's just like, you know that guy, man. He's like the worst. He's got a Rolex with hairy arms just like me, you know?
His name is Jamil.
Yeah, he could be, but it'd be good cologne.
Yeah.
So, you're killing it in the game. Your parents are proud of you, which I know for an Asian guy is like, that's like the most important, best feeling in the world, right?
Yeah. I mean, also because contrary to, like, I have an older sister, and she went to UCLA, which is, prestige school. And then I'm here, like, and she was a year older than me. So when I was a junior, she was a senior. And senior year, she gets into UCLA. And then my senior year comes around. I'm like, I don't even want to do college application. It's just so boring, like essays and taking resume, all that. I'm like, all right, I did it. I didn't get into the school that I only applied to one school. But there was a huge contrast because my sister is very book smart. She's very by the books. She follows the steps. And then I'm just here you know what? I'm just gonna go do my own thing. So I ended up dropping out of college, and then like my entire family flipped out.
Mm-hmm.
My mom was like, I brought you to America. And your sister went to UCLA. She got a near perfect score on all her tests.
What does she do for a living?
She's a PA.
Oh, positions assistant.
Yeah.
Positions assistant.
But she's only 1 year older than me.
Yeah.
So she's 24, and
so she checked all the boxes.
She literally checked every single box.
She checked the bento box.
Yeah.
And you and you were like, fuck this box.
Yeah. Screw this.
I don't want to eat this.
Burn it.
I love it, dude. Does she look at your success right now and be like,
Yeah.
A little bit, right? Because
changing.
you didn't do the path. Look, my parents wanted me to do the path too, right? Because the only thing they understood when they came to the country was that, hey, if you want to get out of the servitude world of working 15 hours a day, you got to get something prestigious and you've got to do something. Because they want two things. They want people to respect them because they come here and they don't get any respect.
Right.
So they want their children to have something that's going to give them respect. And then they also know they have no money and they've watched them having to work all those years, all that time. And they're like, I don't want this for my child. Right. So then they say, go get something prestigious that makes you lots of money. Because in their point of view, that would have solved all the problems in their world, right?
It's ego and revenge also.
Revenge against who?
Or just revenge against the people that oh my God, you have nothing. like especially when when my mom came here, like she didn't have anything. So when other people see that, oh, my daughter is a doctor, because my sister's a doctor, she's going to be a doctor in a few years.
Wow.
And she.
Yeah, well, you and I have very similar stories. I have a whole family of Dr. Damjis.
Really?
My whole family, dude. Every one of my cousins is a fucking doctor.
Do you make more money than them?
Every one of them.
Combined.
Yeah. Which is great. But also there's months when I don't, right? That's the thing of an entrepreneur, is like there's amazing times, and then there's like flat times, and then there's times for you to recreate and figure shit out.
Yeah.
So you go through these like fun little, it's not always going to be the same thing all the time. Like you're going to have moments of like glory in one part, and then that starts to get boring. It's like a kid, right? With a toy. You get the toy and you're so happy about the toy for however long, and then you just throw it away because you're like, okay, I'm done with this thing now.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with us and like the work you do. So you're going to probably finish at some point. Your game with the houses and what you're doing right now will get old for you, and because you're winging it and doing your own thing, that's going to give you the freedom to take a turn.
Yeah.
And then wherever you go on that next turn is going to be the next thing for Kevin, right? So what do you think that is?
That's a question that I want to ask you, is like, because I'm sure you go through that. Like you're like, for me, like real estate has, like for you to do another wholesale deal, like do you really care?
No.
It doesn't matter. But it's like, for me, I'm like, I was kind of going through this just in the last few weeks. I'm like, what's like my next thing? What's like, okay, after wholesaling, I buy houses, and they're, and also the family mastermind where people have their own coaching products, and I don't really necessarily want to have that. Like where do people venture off, and like what do you see is a good fit for you?
Well, I think for you, dude, because you're so uniquely relatable to a lot of people, especially folks that look like you, that are first generation and have all of the hang-ups that you had and had the whole path laid out for them the way that mom and dad laid it out for you. And then you just took a turn, and how scary that is to do that, because you're like, I'm going to disappoint them, because disappointing mom and dad for guys like you and I is the worst thing in the world. Bro, like when I got arrested, I've been arrested before. When I got arrested, going to like the holding cell and sitting in that was nothing compared to the look of disappointment in my mom's eyes. That was jail. Being in jail was in jail. So, well, I know how that feels. I know how like immensely important mom and dad's like loving you and being proud of you is. And sometimes you had to take another step in order to circle back and receive that, which you have done so beautifully. And I did it in my own way too. So I think what you do is, it's not about coaching in that sense. If you don't want to do that, that doesn't need to be your thing. But I think for you, just sharing the unique like approach of saying, hey, I'm not going to do this way. And that way you give permission to people that look like you, that come from a culture like you, to take the alternate path. Because it ultimately leads to a bigger situation, better situation in the end, because you're following your own set, in your own guidance, your own inner guidance point, instead of this prescribed societal thing that says, hey, go do this, this, and this, and you'll find happiness. Because it ain't it, and it's not it, and you see it. Like your sister's even kind of looking at you like, fuck.
Yeah.
Right? So it would have been cool if somebody would have told her. But you had her to show you what that looked like. But she didn't have a her. But you could be that for other kids or other people like you, where you're like, hey guys, here's another thing. So I really love that you started a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
I think it's great. I noticed you kind of stopped a little bit of that content creation. You should not stop. Okay. I think that's your mistake.
Yeah.
Is the Asian in you wants an immediate result.
Yeah.
And you're like, it didn't go viral, I suck. Bro, 1 out of every fucking 100 videos is gonna go viral. So stop looking at it like that. Bobby had to get me out of that hang up myself. Because I'm like, I feel like it's a failure if it's a failure, you know? But it doesn't need to be that, because there's just like, could be one or two people out there that caught it, and that's who needed to catch it.
When I was at Squad Up Summit, I had one person, one of many people that reached out, came up to me and said, hey, like and this is just not me, like this is a combination of people watching you, Pace, and you know, Brent Daniels, and like, and I grew up like listening to Wholesale Hotline, like, you know, like I remember starting from like, episode 10, like I watched every single one of them up until probably like for 2 years until recently, and I had one of the guys that came to me and said, hey, I was homeless when I first came to Venezuela, and I left my family in Venezuela, and I watched, you know, the Pays, Jamil's, and you know, my videos, and you told me, like, I got into the whole real estate thing, and then I just made 14 grand on my first assignment fee, and then he's bringing his entire family from Venezuela, his mom, his dad, and his sister, and back in the U.S., and like that was inspiring. And you know, I think what you mentioned it earlier, where like you're giving, like when I'm, you know, successful, it gives other young people like me, it gives younger people like me this permission to be successful. I think that's the mental block that I can clear off of people's heads.
Yep. Yeah, and that you don't need to be a 6'2" white dude with blue eyes to get it.
Yeah.
But it helps.
It helps.
Okay, Bobby.
It helps to be 6'2", right? Bobby, it helps, right?
It never hurts.
I was taking that shot at Bobby anyways. He's a handsome fucker over here.
Oh my gosh.
Oh God. All right. So how has the community, the Sub-2 community, been supportive for you? Like, what has it done?
It got rid of my fear of success.
Oh, cool. You had a fear of success?
Yeah.
How did it do that?
Well, it's because when you're hanging around people, like before I got into the Sub-2 stuff, like you're hanging out with people that's just not much ahead of you, and the standard is very low, right? But when you come into circles like this, and this bar is all the way up here, now you have a room that you gotta fulfill, and it's very okay for me to. It's like if I told my like old friends, hey, I'm buying 2 houses every single month, like I'm keeping, or 1 house every single month. That's like a very, very crazy idea. It's like, oh my God, you're buying 1 house a month. That house, how do you even do that? But then for me to buy 1 house a month, it's like I'm not even in the top 10%. You know, like there's so many people that's doing. You look at Abraham Gray buys 1 house a day, and you know, it gives me that like, hey, like it gives me the 1 house a month is not even. It's not even the number. It's like you got to go bigger and bigger and bigger. Yeah. So it allows me to be more. Got rid of my fear of success in that way.
Awesome, dude. Really good, Kevin. How do people get a hold of you? We're gonna put his YouTube channel description in there. What's another way for people to find you?
Probably the best way to get a hold of me is through my Instagram. I mean, I post 3 times a day, and I personally.
What's your IG?
It's Kevin Choe 12. KevinChoe 12.
1212. What's up?
Thank you.
Of course, brother. Thank you. What a cool dude, right? Like, how do you not love that guy? I absolutely adore him. I think he's just such a kind human being. By the way, ladies, he's single. So if you're like a single girl and you want to maybe take Kevin out on a date, or have Kevin take you out on a date, go into his DMs and, you know what I'm saying, be like, what's up, Kevin? What's going on? Let's have some noodles. So anyways, great guy, right? You can see how he's gotten to the level of success that he's gotten to, and you can tell that he's going to go so much farther. So Pace Morby, amazing job. This is what is happening in the Sub-2 community, guys. There'll be a link in the description if you're more interested in learning about Sub-2. I think Kevin might have a link to, whatever, join Sub-2. There'll be a link to join Sub-2 in the description below, so make sure you check out the Sub-2 community. Like, Kevin is just one of like 20,000 incredible people that have smashed it in real estate coming out of that. And just so you guys know, like, I don't own Sub 2. It's a competitor of mine. But I love Pace, and I love what he's doing in that community. And so I'll promote the shit out of that because I know it's real. And I know that the people in there are killing it. So check out Sub 2. Hang out with Kevin. All of his socials are here. But what a fun day.